Anyways, the cave seemed to have formed an odd sort of hole in itself throughout multiple layers. I also found myself confronted with another one of these weakling trolls. I had no choice but to slay the foul creature. Blood dripped down my blade and quickly evaporated in a matter of seconds. I found myself quickly running out of options. Using the magic that I inherited when I moved into this world, I was able to pick off a couple of the horde of trolls. However, it had appeared, judging by their quantity, that I had found the source of the internet. I would have to purge them all in the name of God. They had surrounded me and beat me mercilessly with their bad punchlines and erroneous facts. However, I persevered and ended up having to drink another healing potion just to stay alive. However, the trolls fell before the onslaught of my blade of truthiness and logic. For no troll can withstand something so beautiful and majestic. I found that I probably could have done better in that encounter had I not been surrounded and trapped in a corner. I would have to grow eyes on the back of my head to make sure that when backstrafing away from these creatures, I could properly see where I was going. I found another troll running at me angrily, trying to defend some rat that he had killed and left on the ground. These younger trolls hit exactly as hard as their older brothers, but for some reason were much easier to kill. I would assume that this rat had golden coal in it. Perhaps it was a failed transmutation that caused it to die. Or perhaps this rat simply died from eating too much stone. As I traveled further up the path, I found even more trolls awaited me. I engaged them in combat, circling around their pack and swinging wildly in the hopes of hitting them. Their critical mass was packed so dense that this approach was very effective, and I felled one of them without even getting scraped by their foul, ungodly claws, for the Lord will come down and purge them with the laws of science and physics. Yes, science can be badass, especially when you use it to make explosions. As I continued further into the cave, I healed myself incessantly, passing up some opportune moments to gather mushrooms. At the very end of my path, there was a troll. An adult troll. A cave troll. One that had never exited its mother's basement in its entire life. It was truly a sorry sight to see. Dripping with, oozing with stuff and stuff. God, I don't know where I was going with that. This troll proved to be much tougher than all the hordes before it. However, I found that the troll was rather slow and that I could avoid all of its attacks by simply running back when it swung its foul claws. I decided to check in with my lore to see how I was doing. My blade skill had increased during my adventures, and my athletics skill was doing pretty well. I gathered some more mushrooms before heading forward. I walked through yet another door and was faced with the same page in that same book that had been haunting me all along. Tree roots are penetrating the roof of the tunnel. Perhaps the exit is near. Perhaps I had also just found myself a torch, which would no doubt be useful in my further adventures. Sam, this is as far as I've gone from the Shire anymore. Oh, man up, you pussy. Keep going. A vile rat charged me as I went further down the tunnel and ran away when I hit it enough times. However, I was determined, after the affront that it had caused to me and my family name, to pursue it and kill the abominable monster. These rats were much harder to kill than their troll-like cave mates, simply because they love to jump all over the bloody place. This letter is for you, and be aware if someone learns of this letter, you will both meet your doom. I have discreetly inquired and found that you are a person of integrity. I need your help, and we must meet. Apparently, this has been yet another adventure that came unprepared and listened to a message from an anonymous person. All of us should have learned our lesson by now. Listen to our mothers when they tell us, do not talk to strangers, and do not follow letters that tell you to meet in sketchy places from unknown people. I had, however, found myself a runed shield. I would assume that this meant that the shield had runes on it. And now I could cast spells with my other hand, because my shield hand was unsuitable for casting spells. The more time I spend in this world, the more I learn of how it works. And as I fought my way through the roots towards what looked to be an exit, I realized the futility of my situation and turned around and went the other way. Going around a natural sort of roundabouts, twice, I found some random planks scattered idly around some odd section of the mine, as well as a well, upon which I could stand and look up and see the light of day, the hum of civilization, the beauty of mankind's inventions. And then I realized that I couldn't get out. Using my shield, I attempted to block this troll's attacks, but for some reason, dodging proved to be far more effective. Apparently, this shield would let through a portion of the damage, for no other reason than just because. Perhaps these trolls truly are beings that are far beyond my understanding and can penetrate solid objects like my shield. Oh, I fucking hate spiderwebs. Oh my god, another troll face. Oh god. Oh god. I found these tight quarters far more difficult for fighting trolls, for I had somehow backed myself into yet another bloody wall. However, with my magical healing spell, I found that I could make out quite well. I used a hammer to repair some of my gear, but before long it broke. I would suspect that it is because I was banging it on leather, for which it was not intended in any which way. In front of me was the exit. I was almost out of the cave. However, there was a magician that lit a fire and then ran through it. I had no choice but to stand idly by as he approached me over the flaming corpses of many putrid...
Nun, mehr oder weniger. Mein Ansinnen war es, mit allen begabt. Ihr müsst mir glauben, dass ich von diesen Bestien nichts wusste. Nein, wir haben jetzt keine Zeit für lange Reden. Hört zu. Ich leite eine... Nun, wir haben es uns nämlich zum Ziel gemacht, den wenigen Begabten unseres Landes die Kunst der Magie zu lehren. Magie wird von den meisten, da aber unser Wissen bewahrt werden muss, führten wir die Ausbildung fort, dem Verbot des Kanzlers. Und so ließen wir all jenen, die begabt sind und die... Ja, ihr seid einer dieser Begabten. Es ist eine seltene Gabe, die... An diesem Ort hier glaubten wir uns sicher vor dem Kanzler. Es gibt kaum einen Abgeschiedeneren im Tag. Aber anstatt ihnen von ihren besonderen Fähigkeiten zu erzählen, haben wir... Doch, wenigstens ihr seid noch am Leben. Daher mache ich euch... Bitte, lehnt nicht ab. Denn wenn ihr es tut, tretet ihr... Obwohl... Nun ja, genau genommen habt ihr überhaupt keine Wahl. Ich brauche nicht zu erwähnen, dass diese Aufnahme eine große Ehre bedeutet und euch den Weg zu... Als erstes müssen wir jegliche Ich gebe euch eine Nachricht. Sie trägt das Siegel... Überreicht die Nachricht. Ihr kennt... Hier, nehmt zur Sicherheit auch noch diese Wegbeschreibung. Besorgt euch etwas Ausrüstung und vor allem meidet die Hand. Wenn ihr noch Fragen habt, besprecht, kommt heil an und trödelt nicht zu.
This man attempted to push upon me a sales pitch for his magical order, telling me that he had sent us all here because we were gifted in magic, and that his order was strictly prohibited by the government. He then ordered me to defy said government and come with him to train for magic. He did not give me a choice and told me that I would die if I did not follow him. However, wanting to explore the rules of this world further and see if my alchemical talents could perhaps be used with this new-found magical ability, I decided to listen to him. He also told me of a war in the northern place and an abbey of where we could meet. Oh, awesome. Zones here are level locked. As I exited the cave, I raised my hand to prevent the light from blinding me, and this moment was forever ingrained in my eyes while the world generated around me. And then that page came back, that one page that has been haunting my memory ever since I saw it, and I do not know what it means. I do not think that much good will come of this. And here's where we will leave off the Let's Play. Till next time, this has been Nehrim, the whatever Fate's Edge, I think it is. Complete total conversion of Oblivion, including a brand new hand-generated game world by a team of Germans.